Right, this part of the linkage is also quite badly worn. There's quite a lot of lift on it. I mean, that amount of lift on a lever that's 3 foot long makes a massive difference, so I have to do something with that. I'm not sure if it's the pin that's worn or the yoke. That tool in there is obviously piss wobbly, and that pin in there is an actual fact. That's not a bad fit. There's a little bit, but that's acceptable. Depends how far you want to go. I think what I'll do is I'll bore this out and put a bush in there, which is going to take a lot of play off it. I've got some nice little bronze bushes here that'll do the job. They're the wrong bore size, but I can bore it out to fit the pin and then machine that out or bore that out to take that bush. Possibly be able to use the boring head again, I'm not quite sure, but we'll have a look and see. I've been trying to think of a way I can clamp this to try and bore it. So I've got it set up on a V block, or it's a nice square block of steel. I've also got it held in the vise, so if I tighten that up, that's going to pull that down nice and square onto that block. And if I tighten the vise up really tight, remove that, take that out, that has been held, it's touching that, so that's going to be good to go. If the boring bar will fit in there, happy with that. Right, so what we'll do is we'll play with the X and Y axis until it's going to be cutting all the way around. That looks pretty good actually. So we'll tighten the bed up at that and we'll put a trail cut on and see what happens. That's cutting quite nicely all the way around. I put a new tip in, it's made a massive difference. Cutting quite nicely now. I'm only taking a ½ mil, quarter mil aside, I'm not in a great hurry. In case of getting the feed rate just right. This is steel, where the other housing was cast iron. It's amazing how long it takes to do a repair like this. It looks nothing when it's done, but it takes a bit of doing. So it's the worry making the hole too big. If you do that, that just weighs around it, but we don't want to be going down that route. So all I'm doing is I'm measuring the width of the bush in metric. It's easier in metric. Zero the vernier, and if I measure in there, hard to see if you can see the vernier there. Seeing I need just to have a 1 mil out. I wanted a sort of 1/2 fit, 0.1 fit, which is 4 thou. I've took a spring cut and that's just about on size actually. I reckon that'll go in there. I want it to be tight. Dead on zero there. Measure it again. 0.2. I'll go through it again, and exactly the same setting, just a spring cut. Barely taking anything out, just the lightest of cuts. Right, that'll definitely go in there. I'm going to bore that to size now for the pin, then press it in, and we'll go from there. Should just about get it with this boring tool. These are called oil light bushers, are oil impregnated bronze, ideal for the job. Originally it was just running steel on steel. A little bit measuring, see how much you need out of there. Once again, I'll simply measure the pin, 0, and a direct reading, .75 of a mil, and we take a 0.3 cut. And that 0.1 should do it. I mean, the pin is worn, so we're not going to get a true size of it. But it's probably better than the way it was. Throw again on the same setting. I think that'll do, John. We don't want it piss wobbly. And the pin is worn. Quite badly worn, actually. Yep, I'm going to settle for that, then I can always put a reamer through it if I have to. As you just put another cut on, of course. Can't help yourself, can you? So it's basically just another spring cut. Yep, settle for that for definite. I'm going to put a little bit of high strength Loctite on the bush, and I hear people saying they didn't use high strength Loctite in 1936. I'll tell you what it is, if I had it they would have. Right, a moment of truth. Snivelling bastard, you. Look at that, man. Just a job. Just a polished knob, that. Just a job. And with a Loctite on it, it certainly can't go any on to a little bit further, just to be in the centre. Right, happy at that. doesn't need much taken out of it. Just enough to make the pin a nice fit in there. And I think I may put a grub screw in the actual housing to stop the pin turning in the housing, so it just pivots on there like it's supposed to do. These reamers belong to a guy, sadly not here anymore, a garage I used to work, where I served my time. I started when I was 16, and these were old then. So I think that the lad that owned them is going to be too happy to see me using them now. A lot of this old gear just gets scrapped, which is a real shame. People have made a living with these things. I keep saying you never turn a reamer backwards, always forwards. It's better. Right. John, man, clumsy twat. It's because you're tired, that's what it is. I did mark this before I stripped it, so I do know which way around it goes. He is looking for his marks. That's better. Well, it's taking all the play off it. And what I'll do is I'll drill this, I'll put a grub screw in there to lock that pin so it just pivots on the bronze bush in the centre, and that should work quite nicely. Unfortunately, I've lost a little bit of video, but I've got it all back together, and you can see it's no longer all piss wobbly slack. I pinned that one, new pin, put new bushes in there, you saw us do that. I put a new bush in that one, and I've also put a bush in the other end. No more piss wobbly. Happy with that. And the bronze bushes, so it should last, well, it's lasted nearly 100 years now, so I don't think it'll give any problems. Quite nice. I enjoy doing this sort of work, something that's going to be here long after I'm gone, I would imagine. Really pleased with it. Quite well balanced, that. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I did 2 introductions for this video, and I'm going to put the first introduction I put on at the end. See what you think about it. Listen to it. There's a lot of important messages in there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic, happy, merry and peaceful Christmas. Or whatever it is you do. Anyway, for me, it's Christmas. Thanks again. Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. I've managed to get my workshop tidied up, sort of back the way I want it. I've gained a bit of space. I've given quite a lot of stuff away. You've got to have a clear out every now and then. You've also got to have a clear out every now and then and what's going on inside your head. I've had a proper clear out the last 2 or 3 months. In fact, the last 6 months really. It's quite amazing the way I was feeling compared to how I feel now. This is partially due to medication, I suppose, but mainly due to family and friends. Family and friends really do help each other out. Christmas is a sort of strange time of year. I don't particularly like it myself. I'm a bit of a miserable bastard, I suppose. It's not all about giving presents and having too much to drink and too much to eat. It's all about friends and family, strangers as well. If you can do a little thing to help a stranger, one small little gesture can make such a massive difference to somebody's life. It's quite amazing. I never thought I'd be able to talk like this, because what you're hearing now is coming like it's coming from the heart, I'll tell you. I've had some fantastic experiences. I've had some really horrible ones as well. But it pays you to try not to dwell on the horrible ones. Try and think about the positive things. Do things you enjoy doing. I enjoy making videos, sometimes. Anyway, that's enough sort of me whittering on and being miserable. Tonight's nightcap, I do a bit of work for a friend. He's Sentinel steam wagon. That's some linkage that controls the orientation of the camshaft. Orientation is not a bad word for a Sunday afternoon. It's badly worn, it's had 100 years of use, so I make some bushes and kind of sort all that out. That's enough talking. Let's get on and watch the video.